Ladies and gents, you join me in my bathroom where hopefully I have filled the bath with cleaned out milk bottles for the last time. I filled this bath multiple times over the last few weeks as milk bottles come in. The first thing that needs to happen is they need to be cleaned out, and as you can imagine, 100 bottles all with a little bit of old milk in the bottom is a pretty stinky, horrible job. And that takes a day in itself. And then they're processed, and then they can be melted into this sheet material for making the boat. So lots of you have been asking about progress with the boat, and my news has always been it's going slowly because I've had all this stuff to deal with, which I can kind of wash as it comes in. I usually get it in big batches like this. Now that all that is there, we can start making stuff. Here's a pile of bottles with labels and bottles which were just too manky. Here's another collection of clean bottles. More bits around over here. We have loads of plastic which has been sort of prepared into these smaller sections to make our sheet material, which is here. So I'm making up a whole bunch of sheet material the rest of this week, and then I'll be finding somewhere large enough to actually construct this boat and start putting it together. Lots of people have asked me how I'm going to do it, and I think I've explained in previous posts and videos that it's going to be a bit of trial and error. So, the boats that have been inspired by stuff that have, the methods of building are sort of by folk traditions, and there are plenty of, there's no sort of hard and fast rule on how to do it. There are some sort of interesting techniques that some of which I want to imitate, and also sort of find my own way through it. This is, a new material, so it has its own wants and desires. Like if you're a painter or a maker, you'll know that kind of feeling of the material has its own ways that it wants to be and has its own kind of suggestions. And when you're working with wood, when you're working with paint, when you're working with any kind of physical medium, you are part of it is a negotiation with the material, and it's how you can work with it and how you can push it to become something different from what you want it to be. So that's why there are no straight answers, because it's going to be trial and error. It's going to be working out as we go. It's going to be fun though, and there'll be much more for me to show you and tell you about in the coming days and weeks. I want to get this thing built so that I can move on to some of the other boat projects. Yes, there will be other boats, so yeah, but I thought I'd show you that bath full of bottles just to give you a glimpse into what life has been like for the last few weeks in the Lockie household, and why when I say we've got enough bottles now, that's really true, because it's kind of everywhere I look there's more bottles at the moment, which is great. It's fantastic. I feel so blessed that so many people have been conscious of what I'm doing and investing in it with your milk bottles, and that means a lot. It's going to be really exciting, guys, so keep up to date. Follow on the socials or whatever's best for you, and I will see you when I have more interesting things to say. See ya.